off of it. And a disadvantage of that is you might have tender breasts and vomiting. You might feel nauseous. The most common one that's birth control that is talked about is the pill, and it's something that you take daily, orally, and it costs about $15 to $50 a month. It has the same disadvantages as the patch. An advantage of it is it prevents acne for most women. 1 out of 100 women that take the pill regularly on a scheduled basis will get pregnant, and 8 out of 10 that don't pay attention to what time they take the pills will get pregnant. So, another is a Depo shot, and that's the thing that's injected in your body, commonly above the butt. Sometimes it's injected in your arm, and it has the same advantages and disadvantages as the pill and the patch, except for a lot of women complain about gaining a lot of weight. Some complain about losing weight, but usually gaining weight. And then there's a NuvaRing, and it's a little round thing that gets inserted up the vagina that can get taken out and put in by yourself. You can take it out before sex, or you can have it in during sex, but you can't have it out longer than 2 hours whenever you take it out. You keep it in for 3 weeks, and you let it out for 1 whole week, and then you start the cycle all over again. It has the same side effects as the pill, the patch, and the shot. What's another one? So I talked about condoms and how they can prevent pregnancy and the sole purpose of them and birth control. And together those two make a good ordeal.
In addition to Planned Parenthood providing birth control, they also provide free testing. And that's one of the main reasons why we think that Planned Parenthood should not be cut out the budget. There are people in our society today that rather go without getting tested just from not knowing their status, but it's always good, and Planned Parenthood always stress the idea that it's vital for you to get tested because you should always know your status. The approach they use to raise awareness and encourage testing is by a number of free testing, treatment, and education events that goes on throughout their organization, regional. In fact, Planned Parenthood as a region is proud to have increased their testing and treatment for sexual transmitted infections and diseases, and also create an event/slogan called GYT, which is Get Yourself Tested, and that's like just worldwide known through Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood also has free testing available and prices that are based on a sliding fee scale. What a sliding fee scale means is that according to a patient income, it goes by how much they might have to get charged for a service fee. And then there are some tests that's just a flat fee for everyone, no matter what your income is, and that's usually the bigger test, like that's more expensive. The testing that they offer on both the slide fee and at their free testing events are the pregnancy test, the GYN exams, the STI and STD test, which the STI is sexual transmitted infection and STD is sexual transmitted diseases. There's also rapid HIV testing for women that's free, but for men it's on the slide fee. And the reason why it's free for women is because they had got a big funding through the NYS Department of Health AIDS Institute, and so that's why it's free for women to get rapid HIV testing. Like mentioned before, Planned Parenthood should not be cut out of our budget because it's needed. Even though people rather go without getting tested, they should for their own good, for their own benefit. It can only help their situation of knowing whether they are infected by something or just knowing that they are in great health. By age 25, as many as every 2 sexually active young adults will have had a sexually transmitted infection. Sexually active men and women may have an STI without suffering obvious symptoms. For examples, 3 out of 4 women who have chlamydia have no symptoms at all. And if left untreated, STIs can lead to serious health problems, including infertility. Planned Parenthood is very much needed in our society due to their benefits, and that is why they should not be cut out of our budget.
One thing Planned Parenthood also does is provide counseling, free counseling. Through counseling, it provides answers to questions that at a specific time are hard to find. Just recently, a 20-year-old girl attending Hamlin became pregnant. she's a girlfriend of mine, and she didn't know what to do. She's going to be a junior. She's working 2 jobs trying to put herself through college, and she was faced with a question that didn't have an answer, or an answer that she didn't have. She discovered that she was pregnant, and she now had to decide whether or not to give up on her dream of becoming a teacher or give up on the idea of becoming a mother. She was devoted to her education, and she didn't know what to do. The possibilities seemed endless to her, and she needed an opinion. Her best option was to turn to Planned Parenthood, and that's what we did. She went there for matters of abortion, adoption, what to do now that she was pregnant, and the current relationship that she was in. For over 90 years, Planned Parenthood has promoted the common sense approach to women's health and well-being based on the respect for each individual's right to make an informed decision about sex, family, and what to do from here on out. It was an excellent resource that helped her. We propose that the U.S. federal government doesn't cut Planned Parenthood from the budget. Pregnancy can be an uplifting thing, but it also can be a terrifying one. If a woman decides to keep her baby, she'd have to hope that she would be informed about the process, but more importantly, about what it exactly means to be a 20-year-old parent. However, it's not the case, and a lot of women don't realize that checkups are necessary and a healthy diet is extremely vital. Planned Parenthood discusses with individuals who are planning on keeping the child on how to go about it. Suggestions like checkups, what activities are acceptable and what activities aren't, birthing classes, where to find them, what they consist of, and once these subjects have been covered, the main objective is to define what exactly being a parent means. The counselor goes over baby-proofing a home, how to feed and bathe a child, and how to properly take care of it. The system also helps mentally prepare them and console them who are skeptical about their skills for being a mother. Women who are not prepared to be a mother can consider abortion. But before providing women with information about abortion, they encourage counseling for that situation. This allows for the clinic and the patient to be sure that this decision is the correct one for them as a person. But some women feel that there is no other option, that they're not capable of going through actually giving birth and then giving up the child. It helps them weigh their decisions on what hardships both paths take, and they talk it through. It allows for them to see that adoption and abortion don't just erase what happened, but that there are many similar effects between the two. It's essential for those who have chosen to give up the idea of adoption, and that a woman can express her fears of being a mother as well as finding a family who is fit to take care of her daughter or son. They try to get the individual to look at the positive aspects of that. It's a more difficult task for them, but it's key to building a solid family and a solid decision. This is also time for counselors to help inform the individual about the process of finding a family to adopt the baby. Finding a strong family who can not only raise a child, but provide the life that maybe she couldn't have. On the other hand was of her relationship. It was extremely difficult at many times, and the counselor offered different approaches to way to work through her issues, to deal with not only a deadbeat dad or absent fathers or fathers who are